48 kills, Tarek GG, it's What the Moose here, and I've got another gameplay commentary for you guys to hopefully inspire you to play something completely different and try Orianna as an AD carry bot lane. I've won 16 games in a row with AD Orianna, including 6 ranked games around 2k ELO, and I've had so much fun doing it. I mean, obviously any ranged champion can be played as an AD carry if you take the right runes, masteries and build the right items. However, some benefit more than others from their abilities and from their passives, etc. Although Orianna doesn't have any abilities that scale directly with AD, I reckon she benefits so much from being an AD carry. Firstly, because of the fact her shield, if you max it first, offers her 30 armor and magic resistance in lane, in combination with runes and masteries and your support, giving you lane dominance and making it impossible to lose your lane. As well as that, your shield on a 8-second cooldown, shielding 300 damage, is just so good to bait people into thinking they can kill you, bait people into tower dives and survive a lot of jungler ganks. Another thing to consider when picking a champion to play as an AD carry is the auto attack animation and its range. And although the auto attack animation doesn't sound important, it's so vital in regards to last hitting, and it's so vital you understand the animation and when it's going to hit to allow you to use a technique where you maximise your damage and move between your auto attacks, which we're going to see later in the video. The range is obviously essential if you're playing champions like Caitlyn and Tristana, trying to counter closer range champions like Graves and Vayne. And although Orianna does have a short range, her auto attack animation is very easy to get to grips with, and she also has a very fast auto attack, which makes it beneficial to play as an AD carry. Due to the nature of Orianna, her passive bonus damage, the factory maxing her shield first and the harass with Q and W means you can play extremely aggressive in lane, not have to worry about jungler ganks, pick up early kills, zone the enemy AD and get so far ahead on farm and levels. It's great. I wanted to quickly throw in this clip of a Penta Kill I got on Orianna. Although it's nothing special on my part, purely auto attacking, I thought it was important to show you guys the late game damage and potential that Orianna offers in teamfights. So I'm going to put my ball there onto Katarina as she goes into ulti, keep my distance at the back, and I'm going to try and keep my ball constantly on cooldown to maximise my damage and maximise the utility for the team. I've got to say a massive thanks to Dan and Chaz here. They could have easily stole the pentakill, but there we see Shen backing off in the end to let me pick up the pentakill, and we can easily see her late game viability from that last clip. As I mentioned before, the ability to escape ganks is amazing. You have your shield, your speed buff and your slow, flashing to avoid Ashe Arrow there and gain the ulti on all 3 of them. I'm going to go around to the tri-bush to make sure Tarek escapes free, giving him the shield. As Sion comes in here, he's going to get a stun on Twitch, gets exhausted, so he decided not to chase, but 9 times out of 10 an AD carry would have died in that situation to the gank. In this next clip, I actually have to flash ulti the Lee Sin to prevent him from jumping to an ally or a ward through the wall, and later in this clip I want to emphasise the importance of basing your heal and your shield to the very last second, as well as maximising your movement between auto attacks whilst not losing any DPS. So I see there Varus had to flash away as Ashe, Akali and Jarvan make their way onto Xylene. Ashe is going to take a lot of damage, have to pop heal and have to run away. As Xylene gets rezzed, I'm going to take down Akali pretty fast. She's going to fall as Varus actually makes his way back in. There, baiting my heal and my shield to the last second, Kennen from my team is going to come in, and I'm going to try and zone the enemy Varus off with my ball. He now can't go either way, and this is where I want to talk about moving between auto attacks whilst not losing any damage. Jarvan doesn't have his E and his Q off cooldown. He has no way of getting to me, so I'm making sure that I'm moving between auto attacks and not missing any auto attacks where possible to keep the maximum possible DPS. I'm going to briefly talk about runes, builds and masteries now. Although you guys know that I like to encourage you to experiment, you're the only people that knows what works best for you, what fits in with your playstyle, and you may not agree with what I use, what I play. That's fine, you know, I encourage you to try and do better than me, try and come up with some better ideas and let me know how it works. Personally, I'm using 2190, obviously magic and armor pen in the offensive tree, improved heal, armor and magic resist in the defensive tree. In terms of runes, I'm running hybrid pen marks, that's armor and magic pen marks, armor yellows and magic resist per level blues because they synergize so well with your shield, and flat AD quintessences for early game harass and last hitting. Build wise, 9 times out of 10 I'm buying Wriggle's Lantern. Since the nerf to Doran's Blade I haven't bought so many of them, and I think it synergizes so well with your heal, your shield and your overall tankiness and survivability. From there I normally go Triforce, into Eye-Edge, into Last Whisper. I did try the normal Eye-Edge Phantom Dancer Last Whisper build, but because her moves are such short cooldown, she does need a bit of extra HP from the Phage, and the slow from the Phage really does make a difference. You get a lot more damage from building a Triforce, and I guess you could compare it to, a Triforce Ezreal or a Triforce Corki build, but you might want to try going for a big BF item before the Triforce, as some Corki and some Ezreal players often do. Like I said before, having the shield in lane is so beneficial. If the enemy thinks you have heal off cooldown, they're gonna go for the tower dive. A bit lucky with the CD of my shield there. The Shen ulti's coming in, doesn't help me with the initial kill, but does allow us to pick up a second kill on Akali, 2 assists and 2 kills for our team from a greedy tower dive. And you would not believe how many people have tried tower diving me and how many people have baited into tower diving with the shield heal. So popping the heal just in case Pantheon has Ignite, getting the shield before he stuns me, and there's another free kill in a situation where Pantheon was just getting way too greedy. I wanted to throw this next clip in as kind of a fail, popping my speed buff, flashing to try and prevent Pantheon from ulting. I missed that, but noticed him coming behind me, quickly Q and ulti. It wasn't quick enough, but you gotta praise the effort. And I wanted to point out it's so fun to play Orianna because of the higher skill cap, whether it's AP, AD or support. In this next clip I wanted to highlight the importance of keeping your ball on the move at all times, not only to maximise your DPS but also to benefit your team as much as possible. So I saw there shielding Maokai as he flashed, snared Kennen and getting the ulti on 2 of them. We were able to chase down Kennen now and pick up a kill, but you always have to be aware which ally is best to speed up, which ally is best to shield, and do you need to shield an ally in order to ulti the enemy. We've seen double utility combos run bot lane before, even in competitive gameplay, such as the AD Lulu and Soraka combo fielded by Team Dignitas at IPL 4, and this combo with Orianna and support such as Janna, Taric and Soraka is no different. The fact you offer 2 times the amount of utility makes it almost impossible to lose your lane, and that carries on into later game when you offer the utility to your team in initiating teamfights and escaping from engages that you didn't want to start. So that pretty much wraps up for this video. I really hope you're inspired to try out Orianna with your own runes, masteries and builds, and let me know how you get on. If you'd like to see a full gameplay commentary with AD Orianna or even Jungle Fizz for that matter, let me know in the comment section below and I'll sort that out for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and favourite and tell your friends because it really does help me out a lot. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with all my guides and what's happening in the world of What the Moose. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.